To understand our world, we must look through the lens of why.
For a quarter century, whenever someone confidently asserted something entirely incorrect online, we had a favorite psychological weapon ready to deploy against them. We called it the Dunning-Kruger effect. The concept is straightforward. Incompetent people lack the self-awareness to realize how incompetent they are. They reside at the peak of what internet culture dubbed Mount Stupid. This idea stems from a 1999 study by psychologists David Dunning and Justin Kruger. They proposed a dual burden hypothesis. If you are bad at a task, you also lack the metacognitive ability required to evaluate your own performance on that task. But while the public weaponized this theory to win internet arguments, a quiet rebellion of statisticians and data scientists spent the last 2 decades picking the original study apart. What they found is that the Dunning-Kruger effect is a massive statistical illusion. The people actually suffering from severe overconfidence are not who we think they are. This is the original 1999 visual proof from Kruger and Dunning, comparing perceived ability against actual test score. Notice the wide gap at the bottom quartile, where participants perceive their ability as high despite low scores. At the top quartile, the lines cross, showing the highest performers slightly underestimating their scores. That distinct scissor shape was treated as ironclad proof of human psychology, until researcher Edward Nuffer built a computer model, fed it pure, random numbers with zero human input, and generated the exact same scissor-shaped graph. If pure, random noise creates the identical pattern as human testing, that iconic proof of human stupidity is likely a data artifact hiding a deeper mathematical reality. 2 statistical traps explain this. First, human optimism means almost everyone naturally guesses their score around 65. Second, standard tests have hard boundaries. A low scorer, mathematically, has a massive window to guess high, while a high scorer is trapped by the ceiling and must underestimate. Mapping optimism inside these boundaries automatically forces that classic scissors pattern. The participants in the 1999 study weren't uniquely incapable of judging their own incompetence. The researchers simply misinterpreted the inevitable math of bounded tests. Recently, researchers at the University of Bath decided to look at what happens when you strip that mathematical error away. They published replication studies using improved statistical models designed specifically to filter out boundary noise and regression toward the mean. Collaborating with data scientists at the London School of Economics, they applied these corrected models to massive datasets of test scores and self-assessments. Once the mathematical noise is filtered out, the classic correlation linking incompetence with massive overconfidence completely vanishes. In fact, the corrected data shows the trend actually reverses. High-ability people are consistently the most overconfident demographic in the dataset. By fixing a 25-year-old math error, science has rewritten our understanding of hubris, shifting the burden of unearned certainty directly away from the bottom performers and placing it squarely on the top. Behaviorally, this makes sense. Highly capable individuals actually have the strongest social and professional incentives to project overconfidence, using it as a tool to signal their hidden abilities to employers and peers. This means it is time to retire the Dunning-Kruger effect as a lazy, weaponized insult against people we view as less intelligent. Confidence is not and has never been a reliable proxy for actual competence. If the data proves that the smartest, most capable people are the ones most prone to statistical overestimation, the only person's confidence you need to rigorously question is your own.
Why settle for shallow facts? Join the intellectual rebellion. Subscribe to Why Lens now.